Yeah, the winter's in full force as the new year takes off. That's right, it's January, folks, and the air is brisk, let me tell you. I'm reporting outside the ranch here, and the breeze is chilly. I'm chilly. I want some warm cider and some biscuits.
Get out of here, guy. This is episode 61 of Mountain. Good morning, everybody. We are in January, new year, and it snowed. How exciting is that? We're just going to check out our fields and the store really quick here. This is definitely piquing my interest, but at the same time, it requires more horsepower than we have to run it, and I don't think we're going to... I do want to transition into start planting these types of crops, but I think we'll probably end up leasing something like that in the future when we can do something with it. So I think for now, we're going to be all right. But speaking of cotton, if we look at our harvest cycle for the cotton, we're kind of in January here. As you can see, we still have February. Definitely well past when cotton should be good, and it is still in this green kind of growing stage. So I think one thing we might be able to just try and do, not really a huge fan of doing stuff like this, but where is it? Seasonal growth. I think we might try and turn that off just for now, and put it on. Oh, I don't know. I think that's the game plan. I don't want to do it just yet, but I think at the end of the month, maybe we will do this because we don't have any other crops in the ground besides just grass that it would affect. So I think if there was an opportunity, now is the time to do it. So we will do that at the end of the day. Try and remember our best to do that, but for now we have a lot of products to sell. Usually December seems to be, or January rather, kind of start of the new year seems to be the best time of the year to sell a lot of these products. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We do have a couple of potatoes, all of our sunflowers, and a ton of other produce down here. So we're going to go get all that loaded up, see how much money we can make, and of course we still have firewood, a bunch of other wood to sell as well, pallets. So we're going to try and do our best to get rid of as much as we can. I think we're going to try something new today with loading just because we have so much stuff to sell. So just in an effort to save a little bit of time, we're going to use the curtain sider and pull up here and just load it in from the side, see how that goes. Bobcat was tucked away in here nicely, but this is kind of the tough part, is going to be getting these pallets out of here. I suppose we could have left ourselves a little bit more space, but once we start clearing some stuff out, I think we will be just fine. Ooh, come on now. Something like that. Alright, let's do it. Alright, we got everything that was in there loaded up, thankfully, which, you know, I was actually kind of surprised by. I'm not really sure how much product we had in there. It's always tough to gauge because it's all just stored in the warehouse. And we're definitely having some issues with traction with this snow on the ground, especially with the trailer fully loaded. So I think today we're going to have to go ahead and be smart, take the long way, which is a little bit more solid than going over our slippery wooden bridge. So we will see you when we see Karen. Just pulling in here, and for the first time we actually do have furniture in our trailer, about 3,000 liters, so I'm pretty sure Karen will not take it, but we will find out where it does. I'm pretty sure it's just a little boutique store just across the way. 3 pallets of furniture as expected, so that is awesome. Karen came through with a solid $119,000 for us. Absolutely amazing. So I suppose... Oh boy, this has not been plowed here. That is alright. We're going to get turned around and head over to the local market. Just... Oh, that's not a pull-through road. Anyways, just on the other side over there. I thought we would have been able to turn around a little bit easier, but it looks like instead we're going to go by the local football court. How cool is that? Court field? Oh my god, Randy, what are you even talking about? We're a farmer. We don't sports. Alright. This should be the place. Curious to see how much we'll get. We have not sold any furniture thus far. A whopping 22,000 from those 3 pallets of furniture, so that's pretty amazing. And yes, we already did check out the sale at home earlier. I am curious because that Bobcat is definitely not the way to go as far as loading the trailer up as a forklift. That would be kind of awesome. This one, the Telefork, it does have the higher boom. This one does as well, but of course the Telefork weighs a lot more. You can see almost 5 tons more. So I would love to get my hands on one of these guys, but I'm not sure if that is the play just yet. We do have a lot of debt that we want to just kind of get rid of. That way we can start buying stuff like that whenever we want to. But we do have some other things possibly in mind and some other things to sell. So who knows? Maybe we will just pull the trigger and buy a forklift at the end of the day. We did get all of our syrup loaded up nice and quick because it's kind of a pain in the butt, but we had 7,000 liters, almost 8,000 actually. So I'm trying to think of the best way to approach this without blocking the street, and I think it might be pulling it down this direction and getting it nice and straight and then backing it up. So we will do that, sell all this syrup. It's been a little while since we've sold syrup. You can see our tent just back there that we're trying not to crash into, and we'll see how much we make. Just pulling back in now, we made about another $25,000 from all of our syrup, so that's pretty good. And I think we're going to switch over to the flat deck as opposed to the curtain sider and load up all of our pallets that we've made, just like empty pallets, because that's a production we put in. We have not sold any just yet, but of course looking forward to doing that. There we go. And I think as well we have our front loader that we bought, our small little red one, and it's kind of really not getting used too much up at the top with all of our greenhouses, especially now that we have our logistics warehouse. So I was thinking it's not the best at picking up heavy loads either, so why not have it pick up empty pallets? It'll be great down here at the little pallet area. Maybe we put in a shed to keep it out of the rain, as I don't think it's fully open, or fully closed rather. But if we can try our best to squeak by our wheel loader here, make a big old turn, and we can run right up and get it. There we go. All of our pallets sitting here. So we'll park our truck something like that, and oh, that's actually a pretty good park job, Randy. And make our way up to the farmhouse. I think it's just up here somewhere. Oh yeah, we're looking good. This thing, oh, it's slippery out. Oh my gosh. It's fun to drive, you know. It's a small little machine. It's articulated. It's been, you know, kind of a little cornerstone around the ranch, you know. It was one of the first front loaders we bought, and just kind of pieces to move stuff around. And it's really come a long way and helped us with a lot of jobs as time goes on. And of course it does have these off-road outdoor tires, so it's got no problem dealing with this little hill. I think we just pick a spot, let off the gas, bring up the forks, that way we don't stick into the ground and send ourselves, and we should be good. We'll get all these pallets loaded up nice and quick, hopefully. See how much more we can make from this, because it's always kind of exciting in the new year being able to make a bunch of money, and so far we have done just that. And now that I'm looking at it, I think it might be wise to pull the truck up just a little bit further. You know, you thought you parked it well, and then you're like, you know what? No, that's not great. So, just to give ourselves some space, I think we're gonna do something. Try not to hit the corner of the building. We're just gonna go like that. It doesn't have to be perfect. Squeeze on through here, and oh man, I did it again. Third time is the charm. So yeah, these pallets, super nice, light and easy to move, and I think if we're smart about it and you know, I might just blame it on the snow if it does happen. But I think they're light enough. We can do that, and we're going to be able to get away with it. So, that definitely helps with the loading process. We'll try and get as many on here as we can, and see what our kind of total is like. It's been a little while since we've put all that wood in there. We've kind of just let it do its thing. So I'm hoping we can get a good amount of pallets out of all of that wood. We've gone through, well, I know at least 5,000 liters so far. I'm curious how much we've actually gone through and what the output and result of that is for pallets. We might actually have more here than I think, so I think the smart thing to do is use the pallet jack, push all of the ones back, and then we can kind of pick them up two at a time that way. Well, after a lot of painstaking work, we got it done, and thankfully one of the guys from the shop just came out and hopped up on the truck and hand-bombed them over to restack. That way they were nice and neat. That's the nice thing about pallets, is generally if you want to put in a little bit of hard work, you can just restack them all once they're up on the truck. So that's the nice thing. We did actually have a perfect trailer load all the way around back, so I'll take it. That's pretty cool actually for our first time. And as far as selling these guys, I think the feed store, with a couple of their renovations and improvements, actually has a spot for us to take all these, which is really nice. They go through a lot of them, and I guess just I don't know if they distribute them from there or whatnot, but I mean, I suppose a lot of places will actually take empty pallets because they go through a fair bit of money in the pallet game, you know what I'm saying? So we will go ahead and get those sold. Actually just got a change of plans. The cold storage unit we had contracted out to the original guys that put it up for us because they knew how to do it best, so figured why not get them to do it next time. But the people we sold it for, we charged them 20% on top of its original fee, which was $40,000. That's what we paid for it. So we charged them an additional 20%, which is $8,000. So $48,000 is what I said I could do the job for, you know. And then I, to the contractor, said, "Hey, I'll give you 10%. You know, I'll give you $4,000 for it." So we made $4,000 for putting this thing up. Well, contracting guys to put it up, but we didn't really have to do much work. So this is its new home. It looks like they just finished up now. And yeah, this is what we're looking at. It's going to be hanging out here at the farm store is actually right there. So not the feed store, but they, I guess, are expanding, which is awesome. They have a bunch more containers and stuff like that out here. And I guess, yeah, they want all of our pallets if at all possible. And that makes sense because, I mean, hey, they move a lot of product. So we are going to get all of these guys sold, see how much we get for all of it. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm sure they will just stack them on all up and have probably a bunch of pallets on display. I was wondering what this area was going to be used for. Alright, as you can see, they got them all stacked up just over there, which is awesome. We made 24,200, something like that. So that's pretty good. I will take that amount. You'll love to see it. I mean, there are things we need from the farm store, and you know what? I guess we may as well just buy them since we do have the money. I was going to sell our plow, which I think I still will do that, but I wanted to sell it and then buy another one. That way it's not really taking up much more space, but I think if we are here, it's worth it to just go ahead and get the implement loaded up. The farm store can take care of it, and we can just bring it back home. There are a few amount of plow options. I think this is the one we have now. I'm pretty sure we bought it brand new, and then of course if you go like, it requires a lot of horsepower, you know. You go up, this one's 300, so this is pretty much the biggest we could run, but I was thinking something like this. It is 320. The Fendt doesn't quite have that much, but I think we would be able to get away with it, so I think maybe that's the play. And I'm curious about maybe a front weight for that tractor as well, because, you know, it never hurts. We do have a smaller, I think the 1150, but having something nice and heavy for some of these other tractors might be the way to go. I guess we could just get a big Fenty boy, because it will be on the fence, so that makes sense. Do we get matching colors with the Fendt? Do we go, I feel like we could go with the red or the green to make it blend in, but I think we'll go with the Fendt red. Why not? Try it out. See how we like it. We can always change it if we like. So I think that's pretty good. However, I don't want to spend too much money, but I do want to get some sort of roller as well. There are these ones which I think I would really like to get, or there are some cheaper options. I mean, this one really isn't that much cheaper when you look at it, and it's 5 meters. This one's 12 and a half. This is 24, but it's an absolute monster, and I don't think that's in our price range or really in our need range just yet. So I think this is probably something we do want to get as well. You know what? Instead of talking about it, we're just going to do it. We have the money, and we're going to buy a couple things, and whatever we have left over, I think we're just going to throw down onto our loan if possible. So I kind of like this color scheme, the galvanized that it's got going on, and I don't really see a need to change it. So I think we're just going to go ahead, buy that as well. And if you know, we buy one for our meadows, we don't have one for our fields. We have that on lease. So do we just buy one of those as well? Like this one is the one in question. You know, I don't want to use a smooth one for our fields, but yes, we could buy this if we want to, and then we're just nice and clear. But I think we can get away with leasing it. I don't know, just we already have it on lease. What is the point of spending too much more? Mowers are cool. I would definitely like to get a bigger mower in the future, especially because we have a lot more to mow, and there's a lot of options here. We could get something matching for the John Deere if we wanted to, which would be kind of cool. You know, just curious. There's a couple different options here, so something to look into. But I think for right now, we're probably good with the money we've spent there. We don't have unlimited funds, so we'll get everything loaded up and head back to the ranch. Well, that's definitely not up to standard, but I convinced them into just doing it. You know what I mean? We don't have the red trailer for this, but that's fine. Everything is kind of right on the edge, so hopefully we can just pull it on off. There's so much weight on the back axle here. Thankfully, we have 3 of them, and yeah, you know, we've definitely had sketchier loads taken back in the past. I was like, my dude, just put it on there. You know where I live. You know who I am. Just don't let the boss see. I'll be gone. So we gone. And we'll get back. I like the look of this roller. It would be cool if we could get our other roller in this color as well. But I guess you can only ask for so much. We're doing pretty good here. And hopefully we can use this big new plow setup we have today, because our whole field, our whole big field, needs plowing. And I have a feeling maybe our cotton one does as well, but Who knows? That one I'm kind of up in the air with. I guess next month we will find out if turning off seasonal growth helps, and maybe it'll kind of just finish up and kind of pop out of it. We can get it done and move on from there. Like I said, we don't have anything else besides grass in the ground right now, so I'm not really too worried about that. And thankfully, this is all our properties. We kind of just drive wherever. We did make a little path through here anyways, and all is well. Might need to even get a little bit more equipment, some other tractors and things like that, just to move stuff around for this field. That way we don't have everything over there. But who knows? We'll see how that other bridge kind of comes along and how useful it ends up being. And I suppose we could get this sign moved as well. Of course, we'd probably still want to keep some sort of fencing there. That way we don't just get too eager and fly off the bridge, because I definitely do not trust myself going downhill, especially with snow on the ground, let alone when it's dry out in the summer. But going downhill, making a sharp turn, especially if we have a load on the trailer. Of course, that's probably not the best route to be taking if we are fully loaded anyways, like right now. But you know what? Old Mack truck's doing just fine. I would like to get another semi-truck at some point, though. There's a lot of cool options out there, but we have not yet gotten to that point. But I'm hoping we are on the up and up, and we can make a lot of good things happen in the next coming years here, and just this next year in general. So there's no really good place to put all this kind of stuff. So I think we'll just pull up here and, we'll not pull up right there. There's bushes there. This is a massive implement. So I think something like that, and we'll make it work somehow, some way. That, of course, is the plow in question that we're probably going to get rid of, that this guy is replacing. So that's kind of cool. And thankfully, this guy is not touching the ground. It was a little bit sketchy, but we can probably just get him hooked up. Something fierce like that, and whoop, we're good. Yeah, this guy definitely weighs a lot. Oh, she's sliding. And, I almost want to not put it away right away, because I feel like we should definitely get to using it at some point. But who knows? That could be a job for February. For now, I think he can maybe hang out next to his roller buddy and see if there's space for that in the future. Both of these guys will hopefully be ours. Alright, looking good there. It was a little bit of a squeeze, but I wasn't expecting to add another one into that shed anyways. Right, we just went ahead, hopped on the 3-point attacher really quick onto the front of the fend here, and I'm hoping we can scoop this guy up. Oh yeah, buddy. Looks kind of cool with it matching. Of course, it's tough to tell because our wheels are covered in snow right now. But it is OEM, folks. And let's see if we can do something similar with our big plow here. Our big P. Oh, that's not it. Or maybe if we drop this guy and then we try. Oh, we got it. And it's looking good. Nice to see that actually folds up too, because I feel like that's going to be a lot easier to put away. So I'm not sure if we're actually going to get to even plowing right now. We do have this other plow that I would love to get sold, especially since we are selling stuff today. So I think maybe we'll just pull up right here. That way we remember to do that. But we have a little bit of firewood we can sell, and I feel like there's probably something else. Alright, this is all of our leftover firewood, so I think we can probably afford to stock our shelves back up and sell it. Another cool $6,500, so this has been a profitable little business for us here, and it's looking good. A little roadside stop heading on up into Campen Valley. That's what I like to call up north. Alright, well, you know what? We're getting up there in the day, and I figured we bought this new equipment. Let's use it. You know, it's wintertime. It's snowy. There's snow on the ground. Ground's kind of frozen. But we got a lot of machinery here. We didn't buy a massive tractor with dual wheels and a big plow and a massive color-matching front weight not to use it. You know what I mean? So, we are going to destroy all of these weeds and plow this field. I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. It should be good. Oh yeah. That's nice. Kind of tough to tell where the edge of our field is because of the snow, but that's all right. This thing seems to be moving along pretty good, despite it needing, well, saying it needs 320 horsepower, but those dual tires, front and back, as well as a nice big front weight, definitely help keep all that weight down and in the ground. And as long as we kind of keep moving, we should be good. This field is probably going to require a fair bit of work over this winter season if we're going to want to plant it first spring. So we'll see how much we can get done. I'm hoping we can get all of this done before the sun goes down, because that's when it's really going to start to get cold, especially if the wind picks up. So ideally, we're done before then, and possibly we can just get a couple other little landscaping jobs done. Who knows? Top up our lumber mill, not lumber mill, but pallet factory. Check on how much they're doing. Probably even the cows. Haven't even thought about those guys today. Hope they're not starving. All right, last little strip to go here, and honestly, this is the best purchase I've bought in a while. This is an amazing plow, and it's just absolutely tore through this field. You can see the sun just kind of set right as we went to do this last strip here, so not a problem. Pretty good timing with that. We're gonna fold this guy up now, and we can take it back to the, well, I don't know where we're gonna put it. As we were doing that field, I had this itching feeling, we'll get this guy folded up, that there was something else we had to sell. I know we had all those products in our warehouse that we did sell, which made it kind of easy. We didn't have to run around to a bunch of different locations to pick them all up. But we sold our maple syrup, we sold our pallets, we sold everything from that, like our logistics warehouse. I have a feeling this is not going to fit in there. Might have to find a spot for this guy. That is okay. Maybe we can sneakily pull through here and drop it off. Something like that. Not the best, but it will do. We'll keep the front weight on here as well, because it's pretty swag if you ask me. But, as for the missing thing to sell, silage. Our corn silage. It's fully fermented and it's ready to go. So, I think we're just going to keep using this tractor because we already have it out. And we're going to hook up both our trailer. Well, no, both our trailers aren't even available. Oh boy. Well, Alright, if we just have this guy, then we're going to have to make do. But we're going to head on over to the feed store while the sun is setting here and sell 200,000 liters of silage. That was supposed to be our big money maker, and we've already made over 6 figures this month alone. So we're looking at a great, if not amazing, start to the new year. And of course, this field is fully plowed, ready to go. I'm sure it needs some lime, stone picking, and a couple other things, but we will get there. And I haven't forgotten about turning on our seasonal growth, or turning it off rather. So we will make sure we do that after we sell everything we have here. Of course, we didn't want to affect our selling prices with seasonal growth. That's why we didn't turn it on just yet. And I'm glad I remembered to make this sale because the price is high. So let's do it. Alright, so of course this is where we dropped everything off when we did do that. And for now we will pull up here and try not to hurt ourselves. Fill up and we can sell it. 18,500 liters per trailer load is pretty good if you ask me. And these guys buy hay, buy silage, they buy straw. They don't buy it all though. Those are mostly the things that they buy. So we'll find out how much we get for a full trailer full, and then find out how many trailers we got. We got about $14,500 for that sale, and thinking if we had 200,000 liters, if it was 20,000 liters in the trailer, there'd be about 10 trailer loads at 14,500 a piece. Is this unloaded? Fully loaded? Yes, it should be. So 14,500 times 10 would be 145,000. Times 20, that's closer to 300,000. And especially if it is, since it's a little bit below 20,000 per trailer, it's actually going to be more like 6 loads, maybe, you know, well, yeah, something like that. So anyways, we should make about $300,000. I don't know, that's just quick maths. Alright, we got all of it finished. Made a little bit less than I thought. About $100,000 less than I thought. But either way, still made $200,000, which is absolutely amazing. Make sure we don't hit anybody on our way back. And while we were doing that, we got some buddies to come out today and finish making that bridge for us. So we're going to give it a shot for the first time on our way back, because that is, I mean, kind of the point of it is to be able to get back to the other side of the ranch a little bit easier, especially if we are dealing with our fields, which of course we're not right now, but let's try it. Who knows? Is it going to work? So I think we kind of just come down here to the other end of the ranch. Oh boy, this is a big hill, and it's slippery, and we're yawning, and we're hitting branches. It's been a long day. Okay, this doesn't seem too bad. I want to make sure we don't slide off. Okay, that was pretty smooth, actually. I'll take that. So, I think this is the little island area in the middle. Yeah, it looks like that's our chickens just over there. Come down here. Might be wise to put some sort of fence there. We got a little chicane here to deal with, but ultimately that works pretty well. There's our little boat and some stumps that we have not yet grinded, but we can get to that eventually. And we made it back. Probably would be worth feeding our chickens at some point tomorrow, as it's been probably a couple months now since we fed them, but they were looking good, and I'm sure they have reproduced for us because we did buy the ones that can reproduce right away. So that is awesome. Oh my gosh, this snow, I tell you, I'm not used to it, and we were trying to make a sharp turn. Absolutely nailed our baler. I think our tractor is fine. If anything, it was just our front weight. But the baler, we might need to put some repairs on that next time we use it. So that's pretty good. All right, we are gonna put this guy away and probably call it a night. We will turn off our seasonal growth, see if that makes a difference for anything, and otherwise I think we're pretty good to go. This guy's absolutely covered, looks like a big working tractor if you ask me. Putting this one to shame. Might almost be time to look into replacing this guy if we eventually get the money for it. But speaking of money, we're gonna pop into the office here, and I think we're gonna oh, come on, door. We're not this large. Let us through. Alright, we have $355,000. We have a $300,000 loan. Do we pay it off? We'd still have 50 grand left over. That's enough to buy the Brawler outright if we wanted to. Possibly a sheep pen if we wanted to. We have food for them. It would leave us enough money to lease the cotton harvester if we're able to do that next month. And then everything we make, we don't owe. We're not losing money on interest, like $1,200 a month. So that's awesome. And then everything we make, we're kind of in the green. So the fact that we're able to do this, like we made so much money today, I think we got to do it. It's time. It's been a long time coming. So we are just going to bring this debt on down. There you go. You're seeing it. Dwindle on down 5,000 at a time. Bye-bye. Oh my gosh. All of our money is going, but we are debt free. Amazing. How amazing is that? It's taken us several years to get to this point, but we have almost $56,000 in the bank account. Come on, door. That is completely ours. Like, that's amazing. And we're in January of a new year. All these tractors, new, paid off, looking good. We can repair stuff if needed. We can buy stuff. How amazing is that? Can't think of a better way to start off the new year. Thank you so much for watching.
We'll see you on the next episode. Bye-bye.